Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hello if you're new, my name is Jess. Welcome to Smarter Beauty, where I talk about cruelty-free beauty and lifestyle here on my channel, so make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on new videos every week. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the good stuff. My links will be here on the screen and also down below in the description box. So today I'm doing something a little different. We're doing a tag video. Super excited to do this. If you guys want to know what 10 eyeshadow palettes I would keep if I could only choose 10 out of my entire makeup collection, then definitely keep watching. Let's get into this video. So I really wanted to do a tag video today, and this one seemed really interesting, and so this one was actually created by Annette's Makeup Corner. I will have her channel linked below in the description box, so definitely check her out. She is awesome. So this tag video is called If I Could Only Keep 10 Eyeshadow Palettes. Yes, only 10. So if I had to get rid of all of my eyeshadow palettes, what 10 palettes would I pick? So this was definitely not easy. I did grab all of my favorite palettes and lay them out on the floor and just sort of really took my time thinking about this and what could be a complete collection of eyeshadow palettes that I could just, be happy with just 10 palettes. And definitely no one needs this much makeup, but I do have definitely way more than 10 eyeshadow palettes. So this was definitely not easy. So let's just get right into this. I don't want this video to be too long. I do have my list right here. I wrote them all out so I wouldn't forget. All right, so my first pick goes to the Shade and Light eyeshadow palette. I have had this for a very long time. It's pretty old, but it's still hanging in there. So this one, I really like this palette because most of the shades in here are matte. And this is, to me, a really good everyday palette. You can do, well, first of all, this is broken into 3 different quads. So my thinking is, okay, this is almost like 3 eyeshadow palettes in one. You've got your, what is it, like neutral quad right here. Your middle quad is more like a cool tone, smoky type quad. And then you've got like the warm quad on the end. A lot of the times, if I'm in a rush, I'll just grab this palette. I'll use these shades on my eyes. I'll use this one to contour with, and sometimes I'll even use this kind of like peachy orangey shade as a blush. If I'm like in a rush and like I don't really care, I just want to throw something on, I would definitely go with this one as like a basic palette, everyday palette. It's multifunctional, and I feel like you can use them on the face, on the eyes. I really like this palette. I've had it for a long time. Yeah, that's the first one there, the Shade and Light. All right, my second pick goes to the Carli Bybel Deluxe eyeshadow palette. I'm not excluding things that are limited edition because, again, this is my own personal collection, things that I've collected and purchased over the years. And I just thought, you know what, the ones that I use the most, love the most, and what would complete, again, be a complete collection with just 10 palettes, this to me would be perfect. So this, again, I think is the perfect, like, again, everyday palette, but I also really like the tones in here, the colors. I love, I can't tell you how much I love the shimmers in here. So like the top row, you've got your like peachy, orangey colors. This shade right here, like these two, are some of my favorites ever. And I've tried to dupe them and I just can't. This color here is so unique and different. It's almost like a peachy pink gold, has a little gold shift to it. And then this cool toned purple lavender gray. Oh, I just can't. Yes, it's no longer available, unfortunately, but I still pull this out and use it, and I still love it. Like, I'm shocked I haven't hit pan on here yet. I really am shocked. And then also at the bottom, you've got some amazing highlighters. So I feel like this could cut out a whole lot of highlighters I have in my collection as well if I was more minimal with my makeup and I had like a reasonable amount of makeup, but I don't really have that, so that was kind of my thinking. It's just a really good palette. What can I say? I don't think I could be without it. I really don't think so. And this was really difficult because I left out a lot of really good palettes. So trust me, you guys, this was not easy. All right, so my third pick would go to Gimme Glow Cosmetics. This is their Grunge eyeshadow palette. This is the original packaging. I know they have since changed it to something really cute, which I'm so sad about. I really need the new packaging. But this palette, I know you guys are probably sick of me talking about it, but of course I had to include it. This to me is the perfect dark, grunge, sultry, delicious, smoky, grungy, messy mess. I just love this palette so much. I can't tell you. The formula of the Gimme Glow eyeshadows, the best eyeshadow formula I've ever tried. Their foiled shadows are to die for. The mattes in here are stunning. I love this palette. I can't imagine being without it. It's just one of my favorite palettes of all time, period. So yeah, this to me would be my like grungy, earthy palette, just something I could put together and do like a really crazy smoky eye. It's just so yummy and delicious. I had to mention that one. She had to be in my top 10. All right, so number 4 goes to the Lolita palette. So this palette here I love because the tones in here are unlike anything else I have in my collection. You've got a nice range of these kind of like dusty lavender purple shades, and then it goes into these really warm, just very romantic, like terracottas and purples and plums. It's just a really pretty range of colors. And if I had something else that was better than this, or maybe a bigger palette, I would probably go with that, but this is really all I have. And I can't imagine not having this kind of option with like some purples. You guys know I just love those dusty purple shades. Like these 4 here are like my favorite out of this palette. For sure, I reach for these the most, but I do also like the deeper shades in here. So yeah, I had to go with this palette because again, it just has those purple plummy colors that I really love. If I don't know what I'm doing for a look, I'll grab this palette or I'll grab like one of these other 3 and do like a quick look. It's just quick, easy, and the pigmentation and the formulation, I can't deny it. It really is amazing quality. So that is my number 4th pick. All right, moving on. I need to go a little bit faster here. We're already at the 10-minute mark. Oh my gosh. So my next pick is number 5, goes to Melt 27 palette. Oh, you knew. I bet you knew that Melt had to be in here. I want to be buried with my Melt palettes. Yes, I know, that's pretty morbid. So this one for me would be my warm tone palette. Lots of grungy, earthy colors in here, but you've got like that terracotta orange right here. Oh my God, just shut the front door, look at that. But I love that this palette is mostly mattes. Their matte formula is so phenomenal, easy to work with. They blend, they build up really nicely. This would definitely be my warm toned palette for doing like those warm, vibrant, orangey, you know, typical eye looks that are really popular. I love doing a nice warm smoky eye. I love these types of colors. I like a good variety. So I think this covers pretty much all the warm, orangey deliciousness that's in this palette. And that's why she is number 5. All right, my number 6 pick goes to the beautiful and new to my collection is the Melt Cosmetics Rust eyeshadow palette. Oh, I've already posted a look with this. So for me, this palette would be my sort of, again, kind of that like grunge palette, rusty, earthy, those mud colors, those rust colors. this is the palette I didn't know I needed in my life, but I did need in my life. Gotta have my mustard yellows. You guys know I gotta have a few mustard yellows, and this satisfies that craving. Now, I was really torn between this and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. I love that palette. However, when I really thought about my favorite shades out of there, I felt like I pretty much have them all here. But I feel like this just won over the Subculture palette. 100%. This to me is the perfect fall eyeshadow palette, and I love my fall color. So my thinking was, okay, this would be a perfect fall palette. This is all I would need, and I could combine these 2 together and do even more multiple looks that are so beautiful. These palettes together, they're twins. They're sisters, and they're really good friends. And they play nice with each other. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying anymore, you guys. It's just a beautiful palette, and that is my number 6 pick. So number 7 goes to, again, Gimme Glow Cosmetics, and this is the Juicy Olive palette. Oh yes, you know, I love green eyeshadows, and I've always wanted a like true olive palette with like those really grungy greens, unique colors, and I finally have that in my life. And let me tell you what, Gimme Glow, they did it so perfectly. I can't critique, I cannot say anything negative. It's the perfect palette. I mean, it's just stunning. It's the perfect green palette, and definitely I had to have some color. So we're starting to get into the more colorful side of the palettes, and this definitely would be my go-to green palette for sure. This is all I would need. All right, so my number 8 pick, we're almost done you guys, goes to the Metal Matte palette. This thing is massive. How can I not pick this palette? So of course my thinking with this palette is I have a little bit of everything. I wanted to have a good matte black, a good matte white, and we've got linen and jet on this side. So I've got my matte white, matte black, got a great range of, you know, a blue, a green, a good matte gray. This is a really good matte gray. And then I love the purples and pinks in here. And if you apply these over top of like say a white eyeshadow base, they almost look pastel. So it's almost like a little bit of a pastel palette. I don't own a pastel palette. There's definitely some things missing for my top 10. A good purple eyeshadow palette and a pastel palette. I'm gonna say palette at least 500 times in this video. Really amazing palette. I don't regret getting it because I do pull this out and use it even if I don't mention it or show it in videos. I try to use it when I can. This palette definitely just checks all those boxes off, you know what I mean? So yep, I had to pick and it's huge. This thing is so massive. Again, limited edition, but it's just one of those ones that immediately when I was putting this video together, I thought, well, it has to be Metal Matte. Alright guys, last but not least, I have 2 more picks. So number 9 goes to the Menagerie Cosmetics Feral palette. So not a whole lot of color, if you can't tell, in my top 10. But this palette is stunning. First of all, the artwork is just beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. This palette for me is my colorful palette. This is fun. It's vibrant. The pigmentation is out of this world, and when this yellow or orange or purple goes on, it is so bright. Like, they really are amazing quality shadows, and it's just such a fun palette. It screams summer, it screams springtime, so I can do so many different looks with this palette. So this is definitely my top colorful, fun eyeshadow palette that I definitely had to pick for my top 10. My last pick, you guys, number 10, drum roll. It goes to the Whalesong palette, also from Menagerie Cosmetics. So again, artwork is stunning. Got this beautiful whales and a little mermaid just swimming along in the ocean. But this palette for me is the perfect blue and green palette. I mean, look how pretty it is. This is just so pretty. I mean, the most beautiful blues and greens, and again, they're very unique, like plankton and barnacle reef. Kelp is like this really weird, like pukey green, and that's kelp. It's just such a weird color, but it's so pretty and grungy when you put it on. And this palette is just beautiful. Now, these are definitely very messy. They do stain your eyes, but this one had to win. Even though it is a bit messy, I still like to pull it out now and then and do like a pretty blue look, or even like you could combine some of these shades together. So that is it, you guys. If I could only keep 10 eyeshadow palettes, these are the top 10 that I would pick. It was very, very difficult. There's a lot of amazing palettes that I still have that I left out of this video, and it was so painful. It was so painful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this fun tag video. Again, if you want to do this video, definitely do it. Give this a like, comment, share, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I put videos out every week. You can also find me on Instagram. I try to post on there as often as possible, and all of my other links and whatnot are always below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want me to do more tag videos, leave a comment down below on what you want me to do next. I actually had a request to do the eyeshadow palette tag, which actually that sounds like a lot of fun to do as well. So I might do that one next week. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves and doing well and staying healthy, safe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.